Ahoy everyone, my name is Cirque and welcome back to another episode here on the NightOwl server. We're back at our Port City base, and first off we need to address a few things that have popped up over here. The first one has been here for a while, this little chest here. theSirhc, thanks for pointing out the issues regarding the potions in the potion stand. Please accept this free potion voucher that grants you 5 free potions of your choice. So we got free potion voucher number 1. Nice. Oh, that's cool. So that is from Mini Chinny and his potion brewing stand at or potion shop at the shopping district. We noticed that a few of the potions were not instant health 2, but were in fact instant health 1 potions. So I guess you know, I might have to go over there and switch out a few more of his potions, get a few more free ones. Might be a good scheme. I mean, I've never done that. That's definitely not what happened. They were already faulty when I got there. The other thing that just popped up today is this big emerald with a nice red banner underneath. I don't know what this is about. Thanks for the hand finishing my raid. Sorry you lost that pickaxe. Hope this makes up for it, Bubba, your new shop neighbor. Alright, well, let's see what is in here. Oh, we got Gary. Fantastic. I got us a new pickaxe. I mean, I already have this one. Would have been nice if it was netherite, but no, that is amazing. We got a nice backup. Efficiency 5, silk touch, unbreaking 3, and mending. Hero of my village. I like that. I think I'm gonna keep using this one, but we'll hold on to that. And then we have Gary's cap, Gary's t-shirt, Gary's pantaloons, and Gary's booties. Okay. I was telling him he needed to name one of his pickaxes. He was enchanting a bunch of them. He was asking for names, and I was saying he should name him Gary. And then I went out to the end farm with him, and I gave him a bunch of ender pearls named Gary. So that is the story behind Gary there. But that's awesome. I don't actually have any like good backup picks. In fact, let's throw this in here so we always have it on us. Like, we've got a couple here, but these are not very good picks over here. In fact, I should combine... Oh, I guess I can't because it's not netherite. I should have combined that with this pickaxe before I turned it to netherite. Oh well. So today's episode, we're going to be working out here at the Port City. There's something that we really need to address on the server, and I've been putting off for too long. We need some decent storage because, well, these chests have been, like, full for a long time. I also have a bunch of shulker boxes in my ender chest that are full of just random blocks that I don't have a place for, and I can't empty. And over at the trading village, I have a bunch of chests that are full of stuff. And I need a place to just put all this stuff and organize it. So that's one thing we're going to work on today. We're going to get ourselves a main storage room, and it's going to be down here. It's going to be similar to the one that I built on the colonies, kind of the same sort of layout and organizational setup. That'll be really good to have. But actually, before we do that, we're going to put it off for a little bit longer. Because we need to make sure we can stock up our shops at spawn, and that means we need a continued source of gunpowder. I did actually like run out of rockets recently. I think Vert bought like a whole chest of rockets, and so I had to AFK over at the trading village. And so we need to... I'd like to get a mob farm over here at this city, so that when I'm working out here, we can also be just getting some of that gunpowder, getting some of those bone meal. I've been going through a ton of bone meal with the dye shop and other things. It's just a very useful resource. So I've already got a hole dug out here. We're going to do the same setup that we have at the trading village, and it fits like perfectly in this mountain. So that turned out real nice. Okay, first project is done here. So we've got a new mob farm on the server at our base. It's the same design as before. The only difference is I did put in hoppers on this one instead of the minecarts picking everything up, just because I had the iron, or at least most of the iron. I did have to go mining a little bit. But yeah, I've just figured we'd test this out and see how it works. We haven't been having too many more problems at the other mob farm with the rails. They've started to behave a little bit better. But I want to see if this like causes any issues or if it's just going to be generally better, more consistent. And then we just have 2 lines of hoppers, basically. Like half of this goes into one line, half of it goes into the other. and then into these 2 droppers, which spit it into the bubble column there. And then the water brings the items up, and it all gets sorted into these chests here. So we've got a chest for gunpowder here, which is already, ooh, that is so nice to have. Chest for bones, and then we got string, rotten flesh, arrows, and the witch drops. So here is our new mob farm. I think we've got 20 layers on this one. Anything dropping down? I didn't see anything there. But we've got 20 layers on this baby. I can't remember how many we had on the old one. I feel like this one has more though, because I'm pretty sure we are up higher, because we're in the extreme hills, so we're already above the ocean quite a ways at this level, plus it goes up even higher than that with this mountain. So it should be pretty efficient, and now that we have that working away, we have that running, getting us gunpowder and other goodies, time to get over here and start focusing on our storage room. So I've already come in here and placed all of the chests. We've got a ton of them in here, and started getting things organized. All the stuff that I had over at this base, started putting it away and figuring out where it goes. So this is a similar layout that I had on the colonies, one of my other single player worlds, and I really like it. It's kind of my go-to now for permanent storage. So we've got 4 different hallways, kind of separated by category. We've got our like earthy blocks, we got stones on this side, and then dirt, gravel, sand, and stuff over on the right here. This is sort of our like biome specific blocks. So we've got like the nether stuff over on this side with all of the different nether blocks. We've got ocean stuff here with prismarine and ice. We've got end stone over there. And then on this side, we have obviously all of the dyed, the colored blocks. So we've got 4 chests, one for concrete, one for terracotta, one for wool, and then the top one is for glass. So we have a chest for like each of those in each color. And then this is like undyed stuff. So we've got undyed terracotta here, undyed glass, and then a stack of chests for dyes. If I want to store, if I have extra to put over here. And then over here we have woods, and we have like decoration blocks and plants, and maybe redstone will go here, or I might put redstone up here. I haven't quite decided what to do with this area. I definitely need something for like crafting. So I need something for all these like crafting materials, like the sticks and membranes and leather. Although I also need like a separate storage for all this leather because I have so much. We also have all of this like armor and tools and special items that I don't know if they'll go in here. Usually I keep that stuff in like a separate area, usually by kind of like where I sleep, like my main bedroom. But we do have some extra space in this front part of the storage room that I might be able to fit it in here. And I've got the storage room almost all the way done in here. We've got a lot of wood, a lot of the spruce and the dark oak in here. We've got some kind of arched ceilings going throughout this place, and a bunch of stair floors in here, which I think is kind of neat. Also, we have the cyan concrete to give a nice pop of color, a little accent color. I've stuck that behind all of the chests, as well as some sea lanterns to keep everything nice and bright. And yeah, I really like the way that looks. I stuck all the blocks that indicate what is in each chest underneath the chests, which I think looks a little bit neater than having them on the floor here. And yeah, it looks pretty good. I like it. In the front here, we've got a little crafting area over here with my ender chest, a stone cutter, crafting benches in the floor. And then we've got some stones, some wood. We've got mob drops in here and other crafting materials in that chest. And then over here we have some like redstone stuff, all the rails and everything, a bunch of extra stuff. This side is just kind of miscellaneous storage, like heads, and we got obviously horse armor and saddles and music discs in there. Got a bunch of food over here. All my extra shulker boxes in the middle there. Now we've got 4 chests for each type of block in here, but for some of them that is not enough, especially the stone. That's the first one to fill up already. The cobblestone is pretty full. I've even crafted a bunch of the stone into stone brick, and that is very full. So we're going to need some sort of bulk storage to store some of these items that we're going to have a lot of. And that is what this area is cleared out for back here. And instead of just putting a bunch of chests back here to throw items into, I want to make a smart storage that will auto sort items into here. We can just have a couple of drop off points. We're going to have a double chest we can just throw items in, and it will get sorted out into the storage. I also want to have a shulker box drop off point. So the way we're going to do that is we're going to have a dispenser sitting right here, so we can put our shulker boxes into this dispenser. They'll get placed on top of this hopper, and the items will flow through to the bottom there. And then when they're empty, they're going to get broken by a piston here, and the empty shulker boxes are going to end up in this chest. So the way we do the redstone here is we're going to have a block behind there, and then we're going to have a block next to this dispenser there. Do something like that. So to dispense these shulker boxes, or at least the first one, we're going to have a comparator into a monostable circuit here, which will go like this, and then that will power this redstone dust and a repeater into this block. So when we put something into here, I can demonstrate by doing that. It'll send a pulse and it will trigger the dispenser, and it just put that down here. If it were a shulker box, it would actually place it. In fact, I can show that, although it's going to start emptying my redstone box. I don't want to do that quite yet, but it will place it there. And then what we want to check for is when the shulker box gets emptied. So the way to do that is we're going to have a comparator off of here, and that's going to go into a block with a torch on top, so we can invert the signal just like that. And then we're going to have a slab with a repeater, and then we're going to have another monostable circuit. So that'll go there with a block on top. And then we're going to bring the signal off this way. Let's see. This way, we actually want that to be a full block. I know I could just place 2 slabs, but I think it looks a little bit cleaner doing it this way. And then we'll have a slab there, block there, and a slab going there. So then we can put, let's grab some redstone. We'll put redstone dust down to there and a repeater into that block. So when this empties out, it's going to send a pulse through here and into the piston, which will break the shulker box and it'll get picked up. Then it also needs to dispense a new shulker box. So for that, we're just going to run a signal over to here. And we're going to do a repeater here so that when this triggers, it doesn't trigger back that way. When this triggers, we want it to just stay here. We don't want the signal going back to that monostable circuit back there. And then we need to power this hopper down here. So when we break the shulker box, instead of traveling down, it heads into the chest to the side. So the way we're going to do that is, I think we need a block down here like that. And we're going to put a redstone dust up there. So that comparator goes into that block there. That will power this block here. And we've got a torch. And then we're going to have a redstone dust on a slab there. So right now there's nothing here. So if there was a shulker box, it would be empty. So this is off, and that means that the hopper down there is powered. So any items going through the hopper are going to end up in this chest rather than going down into the system. So now we can demonstrate this by grabbing some shulker boxes and putting a few items in each one. And then we'll break those and stick them in the dispenser. So as soon as we put one in here, it should get dispensed and it will start emptying out. So the items are flowing through and down into the hopper there. And there it just switched one of those shulker boxes out. So if we can get up here, oh, dang it. Try and get up here for the next one. So as soon as that empties out, this comparator turns off. It triggers the piston to break it, triggers the dispenser to dispense a new one, and it powers that hopper so that the shulker boxes end up in here. Now, there's this one redstone block in here, and this is a weird quirk of this system. I don't understand why it happens, but I can kind of show you what's happening. Maybe some of you have an idea. I was trying to troubleshoot this, and I cannot figure out why it's messing up. So what's happening is, as soon as this first shulker box empties, it spits out one redstone block into here, like whatever was in the shulker box into here, as well as the shulker box. But it only happens when it finishes emptying that first shulker box. Any of the other ones, that doesn't happen. The redstone, we don't get another redstone block every time that it switches. So I don't understand why. The setup between switching from like the first shulker box to the second, and the second to the third, and third to the fourth should all be the same. Like the redstone is all the same. I don't quite understand why it does it with that first one. In fact, if we place the first one, it actually doesn't do it. So this time I'm going to place the first shulker box on here, and we'll even place it in the same like orientation that the dispenser would, and then we'll put the other ones into the dispenser. So we'll place it there and throw these in there, and now this time when it finishes emptying, we don't get a redstone block, and I don't understand why. It only happens on the first shulker box when we put them all into the dispenser. See, now we're still not getting any of the redstone blocks. It's performing like it should. Everything is fine. So I'm not sure what's happening. I don't know exactly what's going on. If you have any ideas on why it's messing up like that, please let me know. I'll kind of show the redstone off again as best I can, so you can see what's going on, and maybe recreate it if you are so inclined. Yeah. I've got more of our storage system here in place. So this is our drop-off chest. We can put items in there and they will end up getting sorted out. We've got a couple of hoppers pulling items out, going into these droppers here. And that shoots it into the bubble column. I also just have this shulker box unloader going into this right dropper. And then we have a normal sorting system up here. Now I am having problems with this this water stream. I keep having items like either skip over the hoppers. Like this first one is supposed to be stone. But I'm getting stone back in this back part, as well as the other blocks. It's supposed to be stone, cobble, and then dirt. I also, items were like coming in too fast or something, and it was messing up the sorting hoppers. So we were getting like wheat seeds getting pulled out, and we were getting the wrong items in here. I just came through and I fixed all of these filters so that they're set up correctly again. So I'm not exactly sure how you make water streams work. If it has to do with me sending too many items through here, you know, I've got the 2 droppers because I wanted to send items faster and kind of unload the chest faster. But maybe that's not a feasible thing. If we want this to be more reliable, I can just come through here and stick hoppers along the top. And then I know that everything will end up where it is supposed to be. So I can just raise up this water stream, do something like that. Put another bucket of water there, cover that up so items don't go flying. And then they'll come up the bubble column, end up in this hopper, and they'll go across slowly, you know, at 1 hopper speed. and everything will get sorted out correctly. Although if I do that, there's really no reason to have 2 droppers in here and 2 hoppers emptying out this chest, because our bottleneck is we have like a bottleneck up there of just 1 hopper speed. So we really can only feed 1 hopper into it. Not exactly sure how I want to handle that. Maybe I'll look at how other people do their storage rooms, because I know I've seen lots of people use water streams to sort items. I'll have to see if there is a better way or something that like I'm missing in this. But otherwise, everything is working. We can throw a bunch of stone in here, dirt. I don't have any cobble, but that'll get shot up and put into the hopper, and we should start seeing stone getting emptied into here. Yep, there we go. So that's nice. And then we can grab these shulker boxes. I just stuck a little bit of stone in each one of those, and we can throw those in here, and that'll start just emptying out into the system. I think we're gonna leave this project here for now. I'm not exactly sure how I want to progress with it. I'd like to use the water streams so that we can empty out the chests a little bit faster, and the shulker boxes. But obviously I need to figure out how to actually use them effectively. Also, I don't want to add like a ton of chests at the moment, but I would like this thing to be expandable. Like as we fill up chests, or fill up more stuff in there, we can add more stacks of chests for different items. And I want to kind of bring, the items, bring them around to the other side, and then we can use this other side for chests as well. So I'm not sure how exactly I want to do that, how I want to fill all the empty space that we have, or how I want to lay this out. So for now, this is good enough. We at least have some extra storage. We can place all of the extra items we have. And, this thing, it works and is kind of cool. So that was fun to build. And let's just take a look at how our mob farm has been doing. Oh baby, we got almost a single chest of gunpowder there. Lots of bones, a little bit of string. Definitely don't get as many spiders and string as the other items. Lots of rotten flesh, lots of arrows, and how are the witch drops? Well, they're filling up a little bit more, not too many witches, but still pretty cool. I'm happy with that. Should be able to make lots of rockets. Also, I'm not going to put an automatic sugarcane farm out here, but I did put a little sugarcane farm back here in the swamp behind our village. Just started making one out there. It's kind of like a marsh type area that we can just go and manually harvest sugarcane if I ever need paper. So I can just craft some rockets here. Otherwise, we can always just go to the trading village and pick some up there as well. Anyways, I hope you guys have enjoyed another episode here on the NightOwl server. I recently have gotten back into streaming over at twitch.tv/theSirhc. I actually built that mob farm on a stream this last weekend, as well as tried out the new Minecraft Dungeons, which is honestly a pretty fun game. I'm not usually into that sort of dungeon crawler type game, but I definitely had a lot of fun was playing with Kamikaze. And I plan to do more streams in the future. So make sure to follow me over at twitch.tv/theSirhc. Link is down in the description so you can catch future streams. But otherwise, make sure to leave a like down below if you enjoyed this video. Subscribe if you are new to the channel. And if you know what's going on with that little quirk in my shulker box unloader here, let me know down in the comments. Otherwise, we'll see y'all next time, and goodbye, folks.